As I said, Ambassador, Memory TV, available on the internet. We link to it on War Notes. Often has these sort of incredible clips. And what is stunning to me is that these hate preachers not only feel like it's okay, but they are encouraged, or they don't mind, or they proudly put these videos out without fear of any kind of punishment.
Well, that's unfortunately true. They take advantage of our freedoms to propagandize. And of course, the scary thing is not so much the guy you had or the other people spouting hatred and incitement, but the people that are listening to them, the people that are not on camera, the young men, the young second generation people who we know often are very susceptible to radicalization. Those are the ones that I worry about. So the ones that are on the screen are actually the promoters. It's the ones who are the followers that we have to watch out the most for.
That's a great point. The Ministry of Internal Security in Kuwait put out this video today. They said they disrupted a Hezbollah cell inside Kuwait that had drones and high-powered rifles that was going to launch their own attack. I'm not sure why they had alcohol bottles. I thought that was forbidden, but I digress. Chris, how easy would it be for a couple of Hezbollah wannabes or sleeper cells, whatever you want to call them, in the United States, not to go shoot up a school or attack a synagogue, but attach a couple grenades to a drone and fly it over the Masters golf tournament?
I mean, any low-tech attack like that is going to be very difficult to detect, and that's I think that really, since we've degraded Iran and Hezbollah and their proxy organizations so much with their conventional warfare, they're going back to their roots. Their roots are terrorist activities. They're a state sponsor of terror. That's how they, that's what they do. And so this asymmetrical attack vector is sort of in their playbook, if you will. They know there are a lot of disaffected young people out there who are listening to the message, as was just mentioned. I think it's a great critical point to make. You look at the two young New York attackers up there, 18 and 19 years old, and they were, I don't like to use the word self-radicalized because they were externally radicalized. Right. They were fertile ground for the message. I think they took the message very quickly and took action.
Yeah, both you and the ambassador brought up a great point about the rally in New York. We're showing the guys with the IEDs that they threw at the NYPD. But let's just show a little bit of the video from the rally.
Shame, shame, USA! We remind the enemies that martyrdom is our highest honor, and the targeting of the leader only strengthens the resolve of the people.
Ambassador, are you starting to see that these preachers that then lead to this radicalization are getting more or less of a following now that the threat from Islam is becoming more apparent?
I think there's an uptick. Today, we had actually a very significant event that happened that a lot of people may have missed in America, and that is one of the key men in the Iranian regime, Ali Larijani, who's like one of the top guys there after the supreme leader was removed, issued a call to the Muslims, not to the Shia Muslims, but to all Muslims. And if you'd read it, you would think it was something that had been written by Osama bin Laden decades ago. It was a kind of broad-based appeal for violence, violence against the West, against the Americans, against Israel. A lot of people in the Muslim world mocked it because, of course, there are many Muslims who hate Iran. So, like Syrians were laughing at it. But it's not intended for them. It's a message that was put out, intended for people in the diaspora, certainly, to listen to that and maybe to take action.
Wow. The work of Memory TV is so important. Alberto Fernandez, we'll have you back. Chris Wecker, thank you as always. Gentlemen, good to see you both.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.